How you guys doing? And today we're back with another defensive strategy video. This time we're doing the map Bank. So the whole video is going to be just about Bank. Next video is going to be about another map, and I usually do one map per video. So yeah, so let's get straight into it with our first site. The best locations to start off with is going to be the second floor. Second floor is one of the easier sites to defend and one of the more fun ones, I would say, because there's a lot of things that you can go around with. So second floor is definitely one of the more easier and fun one to deal with. Next, I would say is going to be staff and open area. Now this one I know it's a little debatable. I feel like going staff and open area is super good because really there's only 3 or 4 ways that they could attack from. And if you do make a good site, prep it well, you're gonna have an amazing win over there. Followed by basement, because basement is really tricky to defend, and then tellers and archives. Tellers and archives is probably one of my least favorite sides on any map. It's super complicated from times to time. You can hold the window. I'll show you guys when we get into it. You can hold as an attacker. You can like get so many different angles, long angles, and get easy kills. So again, probably not my best favorite map. So once we move on to the operator section, I've said this in all the previous defensive strategies video that I have done. I'll say it again, like I always do. If you're gonna be going solo queue, or even if you're not, preferably go with an operator which has at least a shotgun or impact grenades. The reason being, you want to make holes, you want to make footholds, you want to make rotations. And if you're running solo queue, then you should definitely go with one of the operators which has a shotgun, be it secondary or primary. Usually I go with mute because I like running primary shotgun with SMG-11. That's my main operator that I choose. But you can go with anyone which you prefer. Maybe you prefer another operator which is a secondary weapon, is shotgun. That's all on you. You decide what you like, but I recommend going with one which has at least impacts or anything which can open up holes or rotates. All right, once we're here, the first thing we're gonna do is shoot these off. They're just super annoying. There's more music over here too, and I missed it. Like, yeah, I did. So you shoot the music just so they stop. Like, I hate music in Rainbow Six Siege. It's just so annoying. They do it on purpose. Anyways, I'm talking too much. The first thing you want to do is reinforce this. This wall needs to be fully reinforced, and I'll explain why. You look at these windows over here. If it's not reinforced and they're sitting on this window, they can open this up properly and have a good angle in there. So you don't want that. You want to reinforce it. Even if they have ace, that's fine. That's a different thing. But you want to reinforce it so it's not easy for them to at least get through it. Okay, moving on over here. Reinforce both these walls. I know some people might not like it. If you have a mirror, then one wall can be left untouched, and you know how you usually play the mirror. One is soft, one is actually reinforced. You can do that. Otherwise, if you don't, reinforce both the walls. So reinforce these walls, reinforce this wall, and the next rotate is going to be right over here. The reason I'll tell you right now. Let me just firstly put my volume down because I feel like it's too loud in my ear. You want to open and rotate over here. What is this? Hold up. Why can I not get through? Okay, there you go. The reason you want to open and rotate here and not over here, firstly being if someone's here, they have a good sight look, so they're going to be able to see inside. Let's say this is open right now, and if one of your teammates is behind the table aiming on the other side over there, and someone peeks it, they're gonna get easy kill on them. So you don't want that. You want to reinforce these walls. You want to open this up, rotate, because you want to control janitor closet. What you also want to do with this is open another rotate right here. Let me just. Okay, so once you have opened these 2 rotates, you see how easy it is to go around them. Don't open and rotate here, just leave it as B. I don't want as a 3-way. But this way you could also, if you're here, you could have a look over there, hold that door. You can also peek and have a look at the big door, looking at the elevator, So in this sense, you actually have a lot of control if you're playing the rotation holes. You can also sit in the corner. This is actually a worse, super horrible positioning, but if you want, you can do this too. So I recommend sitting in this way and then peeking here. Open those two rotates. These walls need to be reinforced. I'll tell you you don't need to reinforce all three of these walls. You can reinforce this one and this side. I've seen people who barricade all of these. There's no need to barricade all of these like windows kind of looking thing. You could barricade this and that'll be more than it. You don't need to control the front desk. This, you can let them have it, okay? There's no need to control that. Reinforce these two so that there's no way that they can just easily open this and have access to it. So reinforce both of these. What I do recommend is opening footholds right here. Yeah, I know it might be weird as to why you want to open footholds. I'll show you in a second. If you see, you could lie down if you want. You can lie down and get an aim in the front desk room. Now, because if you're lying down in that corner and you get an aim over there, you can see their foot all the way right here. You can see if someone's peeking, you'll be able to see their feet if they're right at the door. You know, if they're pushing in, you'll see their feet. They won't be able to see you because the wall's there. They'll only see this hole over here, but they don't know if who's there because they can't see it. So you would have a really good positioning if you're gonna hold it like this. Like you can see really far. You could also, you don't need to lay down. You could also just stay like this, and if they come close or you hear them, you can just shoot them, you know. So I do recommend opening footholds over here. You don't need to open the whole thing. You can open just this area because this way you'll be able to control that room at the same time. Alright, so this is how the site is gonna look like. These walls are reinforced over here. Just make it 2. You don't need to make an extra one. This wall is reinforced. You don't need to reinforce it. I just did it because I have an extra one. There is no need to reinforce it, but if you want to, sure, you can use that reinforcement over here if you want. These 2 walls, you can do that. These walls reinforced. This is barricaded. If you come here, this is barricaded, and again, because it's a second floor, they can come on the windows, and you want to hear them repel if that happens, right? And so that's when you just shoot the glass off out of the window. And if you're new here, don't open it that much, but if you shoot the glass out of a window, what will happen is that you would be able to hear them repel. If there's windows still on the glass, you won't be able to hear the repel. Like me, don't do that because that's a lot open. You want to shoot it from a little far. Like, see, now that way the window's broken now, but the barricade is still on. So that way they won't be able to see you, but you can hear them because glass completely stops it. So there you go. It's a little too close. You want to be a little farther than that, and that way it'll break the glass, but it won't break the barricade, just like this one did. So that way, you know, you'll be able to hear them if they actually repel. So yeah, this is how it's gonna look like. Footholds, reinforcement, barricades. If you want to barricade this, sure, I don't recommend it that much, but it's still a possibility. And rotation holes right here. So yeah, that will be second floor. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so now we're in open area and staff room. What you want to do over here is reinforce these walls. These will take quite a bit of your reinforcement. So yeah, take your time, reinforce them fully. You don't want any rotations, you don't want any holds here, because if this is open, there's a lot of ways they can hold this over here, and yeah, you don't want that. So reinforce this whole wall over here. What you want to do instead is actually make a rotation. You don't want to make rotation on that end, you want to make a rotation right here. Now, mainly because this is closer to the door, don't open the hatch just like I did by mistake. Try not to do that, that's not going to be good. But yeah, try not to do this. You make a rotation over here because it's closer to the door. It's easier for you to hold if you're like over here and you hear someone coming from that door. You'll be able to easily peek them and take cover. So do that. Do reinforce these walls too. And yeah, that's really about most of the stuff that you're going to reinforce, mostly because you're going to open footholds right here. Now, this area is probably one of the most contested area when it comes to what do you call it? When you're playing in the side, this is probably one of the most contested areas. This area with the window over there. See, a lot of people go over there. A lot of people actually play and, you know, try to hold the window. The reason you want to open footholds again is if they jump in, you'll literally be able to see them. Like, you're gonna see their foot no matter what. You know, let's say you're behind this chair right here. You're gonna see them all the way there. So the second they jump in, you get an easy kill on them. That's it. So they don't really, they can't jump in anymore unless they have, I don't know, shield. Maybe even then you'll be able to kill them. So these footholds are really OP. Don't open these up ones over here. There's no need to do that. Just open footholds and you should be totally fine. With this rotation over here, you're doing pretty well in this area, like literally. What you want to also do this door, you want to barricade it. Maybe not if you have a roamer. So it depends how your team is playing. If you have a really good roamer, maybe don't barricade it and let them roam. This wall, I know a lot of people might say that, oh, you could reinforce it. I see a lot of people reinforcing it. I don't recommend reinforcing it, mainly because you're wasting a reinforcement, firstly. Secondly, if you reinforce this wall, you're not going to be able to get a free wall bang, because it's pretty easy to get a wall bang. And yeah, if I was an attacker, I would prefer this wall being reinforced, because I can easily jump in. Then if you don't have the footholds too, I can then take cover behind this wall. You don't want that. You don't want them to have more cover. So keep this wall open, so it's open for you to wall bang if possible. Alright, so this is how it's actually gonna look like. You're gonna be reinforcing this hatch because you'll have extra reinforcements, so reinforce that hatch, don't forget to do that. Barricade this and barricade that door if you don't have a roamer, or if your team is not looking to roam. If that's the possibility you don't, then close them off if that's fine. But if your team has a roamer and you know they're gonna roam and stuff, don't barricade these, let them roam and yeah, do their thing. So you know, so you're gonna reinforce this whole wall over here. This rotation is gonna be open. You're gonna reinforce this whole wall, and again, yes, put a reinforcement up here, so the two reinforcements are gonna go there. And yeah, this is how it's going to look like with footholds over here. And yeah, this is literally how it's going to look like. It's not that it's not that hard to set up. It's one of the more easier setups to do. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in the next one. All right, so we're in tellers and archives now. One of the more hated, I would say, in my opinion. I don't like this side at all, almost. Because yeah, I just don't like it, to be honest. Whatever. Moving on, let's firstly, yes, reinforce these walls, because again, if it's open, you see the stairs, they're going to be able to hold it from dirty angles. Like, they're literally going to have one of the best angles even from there. So reinforce these walls so they're not able to hold it, and if they plant here, then it's GG's, because once they're planted over here, there's no way you're going to be able to kill them all. So reinforce this wall. This needs to be reinforced. Barricade this. It depends again. Roamers, then no. If you don't have roamers, then yes. Okay. Barricade that wall too. And again, roamers, do remember that. Reinforce this one so they're not able to open this up and hold this like always. Cause see, the thing with that's the reason. One of the main reasons I hate this site is like, you make one opening, you hold such a big portion of the site, and the attackers can literally hold it from really like tight angles, so you're not going to be able to see them from defensive point of view. So that's why yeah, reinforce these both walls. You don't want them going through here. Barricade these if no roamer. Next, you want to make a rotate over in this corner. Yeah, it's the more basic one, because this is the best working one. Let me open this up again. I know people might say, oh, well, Yana, this is the door. They're going to be able to see through it if they open it. Well, that's true. They're going to be able to see in that corner. But that's literally the best, at least in my opinion, the best place to open a hole. Exactly why I hate this site. As a defender, this site is one of the worst. The reason I would not open a hole over here is it's like if you see, they're gonna be able to see through the window over there. So let's say if they're all the way in that area and they came in through the door, from that side, they're gonna look all the way into this side. So they're gonna hold both the sides. You don't want that. So, and opening a hole here would make it easier for them to hold it from that side. So this is probably the best one you have as your rotation hole, but again, it's not the good one, but this is the best one that you have. And then this side, reinforce these walls again, because you don't want them to open this up and hold it, you know. So reinforce these walls, barricade this, please. I see a lot of people don't barricade this. Even if you have a roamer, barricade this. Your roamer is probably not going to use this that much, you know, because let's say they're coming through this door, which I would recommend, you know, you hold it in the start of the round at least. They literally hold this. Like, you see how much that they can see all the way down there. They can see so far. So please barricade it, even though yes, they can just break it open, I understand, but at least that would give you a sound cue to know that okay, someone's there, so you should proceed with caution, you know. If you don't barricade it, they can just hold it and you're not going to know if someone's there or not, so you might run through it and they're going to kill you. Otherwise they will need to open the barricade before, which will let you know that there's someone there. Barricade this too, and yeah, that's really about it. If you want, you can reinforce these walls. It's dependable if you want to. It's not really required, but let me reinforce this stuff and I'll be back with you. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like. You reinforce these, you barricade this door. There's no need to barricade this door. If you want to, you can use it to roam and flank if you want. Reinforce that, barricade that, reinforce, barricade. So barricading that one is not compulsory. If you have a roamer, if you want to flank, you can definitely do that from this one, you know, because if you sit here, and if they try to push here, you can obviously swing them. So it's no need to do it. It's an option. If you don't think any of your teammates going to go out, you can hard hold this room if they don't have a fuse, because if they have a fuse, then it's GG's. You want to have openings then. But other than that, yeah, that's how it's gonna kind of look like. Everything barricaded, everything reinforced. This side is not that open. This side is really close knitted. That's why I don't like this side that much at all. But yeah, this is how it's gonna be. Let's move on to basement. Now we're in basement. This is definitely the one of more exciting ones. There's so many. When I say so many, I mean so many tactics and plays that you can play. This is why this game is so exciting. You can literally do so much over here, but I'm going to show the best one in my opinion. And firstly, you want to start with reinforcing this wall. So we'll reinforce this wall again. You know why. I don't think I need to explain that. Reinforce these two walls. You don't want them opening these walls and then having access to this area. Reinforce both these walls, please. Next, you want to make a rotation wall. Yes, this one is probably the more better one. I've seen people do rotation over here. That's also fine. Both actually work totally fine. If you want, you can do in any side, but I do it over here mostly. And usually I don't recommend opening another rotation right in front of another rotation, because if they have access, they get this side, they're gonna get that side too. So I do recommend opening one like in the other end. So let me just open this fully this way so that they don't have full access to the room over here. But I don't prefer, you know, opening one right in front of each other, because I don't want them having a look in the other room too. You know, privacy. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Come over here, you're gonna reinforce this wall. You're gonna reinforce this wall first. This is more priority wall, because this wall is right in front of stairs. So you wanna go reinforce these walls. This wall is debatable. It depends at the end how many reinforcement that you have. Come over here, and yeah, also do remember over here there's a hatch. Do reinforce this hatch, please, because if you don't reinforce this hatch, I've seen it a lot of times, they'll just open this hatch and they fall down here. A lot of people don't even know, because they don't even care about this. I've seen this happening so many times that a lot of the teammates forget about vault. They come through vault and then they have literal control over here, and half of the team is just standing here trying to hold this area, which is stupid. But they'll just come through the vault and just clean it up. You don't want that happening, I would assume so. So do that. Barricade this door, please. More like a window. And yeah, that's really how it is. Let me just make it up and I'll show you how it is. Alright, so this is how it's gonna look like. You want to reinforce this hatch. You're gonna reinforce this wall so they can't just open it and, you know, have a look in here. Reinforce both this stuff. reinforce this hatch. This side has a lot of hatches, so you want to reinforce them. Rotation, this reinforcement doesn't need to be here. The only reason I put it here because I made 2 holes, so I don't want to confuse you guys. So this reinforcement really doesn't need to be here. What you can instead do is, do remember to barricade this. I'm just removing it for now. You'll have 5 reinforcement left if you don't put the extra reinforcement there that I'd put. What you want to do is reinforce this one. Of course, you want to reinforce that hatch. You also want to come in at, I think I said this reinforcement, yes. And this reinforcement over here too. Reinforce all these hatches, cover them up. There's no need to barricade any of these. That's fine. Let it be open. And yeah, you want to run Mira though here because Mira is amazing. So yeah, just say there's going to be those 4 going to be reinforced, and the last 2 are going to go over here. This is going to be reinforced, and this is also going to be reinforced. If you want, you could open up a rotation over here. Now, something that I do usually, no. Something that I say you can, yes. As I said before, this is probably one of the best sites in a way of how you could play it. And yeah, literally, you can, if you want, you can hold open here, so you can peek through here too. So this side is one of the best sites. It's like you can do so much over here in this site. So definitely try that. Do that if you want. And otherwise, this is actually how it's going to look like. And yeah, so do remember to reinforce every single hatch too, because that's where some people don't do it, and that's where they get caught. So do reinforce it, and yeah, that's really about it. So this is bang for you guys. Next time I'm gonna have coming with another map. So I'll see you guys then. All right, peace.